Hello and good morning. I'll just wait for the chatter to subside. My name's Geoff Snelson. I'm Director of Strategy and Futures at Milton Keynes Council, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the event today on behalf of the local authority and the partners involved in making this happen. Our leader, Pete Marland, apologises for not being here. He's been a very enthusiastic supporter of this event, but he's the vice president of something called Energy Cities, which is a European initiative, and it just happens to coincide with a major event in Frankfurt, I think it is. So that's where he's today. But he sends his best wishes by text. So you'll have to. I can show you that later if you're interested. So just first, I mentioned a range of partners in making this happen. So just wanted to give a name check to our key sponsors. We've got Crest Nicholson, Barclays St James, L&Q Estates, who've been very generous in supporting the event. Milton Keynes Development Partnership, Arriva, who've helped out with electric buses for some of the tours yesterday that some of you would have been on. And of course, we need to thank our great friends at the Academy of Urbanism for continually being part of our story and helping us on an ongoing way to reflect and understand sort of best practice and understand ourselves and where we're going. Just a few quick words about why we've been interested in hosting this. You'll know from spending time in Milton Keynes, even in a very brief way, and being in this building, that Milton Keynes has got a fantastic heritage of design, of urbanism, of convening conversations and thinking about the very best in urban design and understanding where things may, looking long term ahead into the future and understanding where things are going. And in going on that journey, we've always been very, placed a great deal of stress on being open to understanding and challenging ourselves to be the very best that we can. And I think any place that just believes its own story and keeps on talking to itself, you need to draw on, of course, the expertise and your understanding of these things, but critically, you need to open yourself up to ideas and to challenge and to use others to reflect on where you are and where you're going. So that's why we've been keen to convene this particular event at this particular moment, because we're keen to continue and build on that tradition and become a place, and especially within the context of the Oxford to Cambridge arc, to be a place that helps be thoughtful and creative and positive about the opportunities both of growth and understanding what that means for this place, but also of design and how to do it properly. And the programme today has got a great structure in that we're looking at sort of regional dimensions, neighbourhood, and at the level of individual homes and so on. So we'll go through that flow today, and I hope you'll find it a great conversation, sort of very enlightening, but help us to understand how to locate that in the challenges we're actually facing now. It's not just an abstract theoretical thing. This is about things that are happening now, and these are the focus is about how we can do it better and achieve great quality. We've had an apology from the minister, so Kit Malthouse isn't able to make it. He's had to pull out at sort of very short notice. Apparently, there's other stuff going on somewhere. So he's I would say genuinely that when we had a meeting with him here about 4 or 5 months ago when he came up to look around, and it's always great to have people trying to come and understand and learn. When we mentioned this conference, he was very genuinely enthusiastic to support it. So it's great that in his absence we've got Andy von Bradsky, who's the government's architectural advisor, the head of architecture, I think it is, Andy, isn't it, at MHCLG. So, I was going to say a great substitute, but you're not a substitute for anyone, a great person in his own right. So thank you. And I'm going to hand over next to Kevin Murray, who's going to chair the first session. Just a little bit about Kevin. He's the director of Kevin Murray Associates. He's a town planner and urbanist with specialisms in strategy, regeneration, stakeholder engagement and community capacity building. So he's a founder member and past chair of the Academy of Urbanism, a fellow and past president of the RTPI, and he's the current chair of Partners in Planning. He is also honorary professor of planning at Glasgow and Dundee universities. I'm sure if you might have some spare time, Kevin, to in between all of that. But you've also importantly worked all across this arc, including work in Cambridge and Milton Keynes. We were just talking about some of the schemes he's been involved in this city, and is currently working at Central Bedfordshire and Oxfordshire Cotswolds Garden Village. So for some reason we thought he may well be very well qualified to actually contribute and help here. So I'll just hand you over to Kevin and hope you have a great day. Thank you.